This story begins at Erie Middle School.
Lunch is a big time for us.
Begins on a Tuesday in September 2023.
That was a great time to meet the kids.
That day, Tom Baxter, in his 5th year as the school's campus supervisor, walked the cafeteria.
And I heard this table of boys just kind of laughing and acting a little different than they normally do, right? Guys, what is going on? What happened? Well, they started telling me about Mr. Illanes, and I said, what?
What happened, they said, was that teacher Patricio Illanes had filmed a student as Illanes rubbed the boy's bare back.
Did this really happen? And he goes, yes, those things, it's all true.
A St. Vrain Valley School District investigation substantiated the allegations that Illanes filmed 3 students, though no footage was located that showed any of them shirtless. An Erie police investigation ended without charges, and Illanes' attorney got a judge to seal the police files.
Just because criminal charges weren't filed at the time certainly doesn't mean that criminal conduct didn't occur.
Attorney Aaron Hogan represents the family of one of the boys who was filmed and was stunned by what happened next. Illanes resigned, and he and the district agreed to keep their agreement confidential.
Provisions like that are extremely concerning.
The parents of Illanes' Erie students didn't know any of that, didn't know he got another job in another district at Arvada High until last month, when police arrested him on allegations of filming more than a dozen boys in classrooms, his home, even on the internet. The documents even allege some of those boys were naked and some performed sex acts.
I think the family feels let down, I think betrayed, trusted them to care for the most important person in their life, and they let them down.
The quest for answers to know what happened took us to Illanes' home. At first, no answer. And then...
Oh, sorry.
Hi, Kevin Vaughn with 9 News.
Oh, hi.
He opened the door.
Will you answer
questions about the allegations that you filmed children and
I
sold
can't
those
answer
videos?
anything right now per my attorney. So let me forward you along to him. Is that okay?
That would be all right.
All right, thank you.
We're still waiting. In the meantime... Hi, this is Kevin Vaughn at 9 News. Calling with questions about Patricio Illanes. We called every school board member in both districts. If you could call me back, I'd appreciate it. Only one did, from Jeffco, who forwarded our request to Superintendent Tracy Dorland. Both Dorland and St. Vrain Superintendent Jackie Capuchin declined to talk to us. Instead, both districts issued written statements. Jeffco asserted that an Arvada High administrator checked with Illanes' St. Vrain supervisor and a human resources director, but heard of no concerns or investigations and got confirmation only of Illanes' dates of employment. St. Vrain, meanwhile, maintains there is no record anyone from Jeffco called, and if a St. Vrain administrator gave only employment dates, that would be a significant red flag. In the eyes of both Baxter and Hogan, both districts failed.
Where did it fall? Who's responsible that he was allowed to get hired in Jeffco Public Schools after what he did there?
They essentially allowed or gave him the opportunity to continue harming children.
We should also note that the St. Vrain Valley School District did not report what it knew about Illanes to the Colorado Department of Education. Because the teacher wasn't charged with a crime, it was not required to do that. However, it had that option, and if that had been done, the Department of Education would have done its own investigation and determined whether that merited putting a flag on Illanes' teaching license. If that had happened, that flag would have warned all potential future employers that there had been an issue while he was working at Erie Middle School. Reporting in the studio, Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.